right? I make it sound like a freaking zoo animal, but 8 hours of feeding and 16 hours of fasting. Now there's actual protocols, right? This sounds good, but for people like me and some of my clients, it's like, give me some sort of actual framework to use. I don't do well with just a bunch of nebulous information. I'm like, give me a protocol, tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it. So I've laid out 3 options here. Number 1 is the warrior diet. The 5-2 diet is a little bit different. This is where you're fasting on a couple days of the week. It could be like Thursday and Sunday are the examples that are given in the book. And on those days, you're still snacking a little bit, but you're significantly decreasing your calorie intake. So the examples given there are like 500 calories for women and 600 calories for guys as a really general guideline. That one I don't like as much, but it's an option for you. This is better for somebody who is not working out extremely rigorously. Now, for somebody who is on a training regimen like I recommend, I like Lean Gains. Lean Gains is a diet popularized by Martin Burkham. Go to, just Google Lean Gains and look at the Lean Gains protocol. This is 8 hours of feeding, right? I make it sound like a freaking zoo animal, but 8 hours of feeding and 16 hours of fasting. For most people's schedules, it'll look like eating your last meal at 8 or 9 at night, and then, going to sleep. You go to sleep, just fine because you're nice and full. You wake up, you take some BCAAs, drink some coffee to blunt your hunger, and you work out at around lunchtime, and then you don't eat again until at the end of that period, so around 1 p.m., right? So if you use your lunchtime to go to the gym and then, take your lunch in Tupperware or something like that, and then eat it at your desk at work, could be an example and one that I've used. Your workout doesn't have to be in the afternoon or during your lunchtime if you don't have time for it. You could also do it in the morning and then just have a small snack, take some BCAAs, drink some coffee, blunt your hunger, and eat a big meal for lunch and dinner. But you cannot have a non-satisfying meal, right? You have to make every meal count. And on that regimen, it's really hard for a lot of people to overeat. But I like it because it's sustainable. It's basically just skipping breakfast.